Hello and welcome back. Last episode we cleaned up some mess, and while not recording, I put in a second purple car, a second green car, and a third log. Today we're going to build clones. We're going to use clones to make the game a little bit more exciting. You can see here in the original Frogger example, here's this bulldozer. Is that what that is? A bulldozer here. There's two of them on the screen at the same time, and down here these yellow cars. There's three of them on the screen at the same time, and we can do the same thing without duplicating these sprites, and that's what we're going to do today. So when doing clones, there's two main stacks, if you will, of code blocks. There's one, this can be this one, which generates the clone, and then there's another one that defines how the clone behaves. So all the clone controls are over here. So if I do something like this and start it, you can see that we still have our car driving along, but we've got this one parked right here. The reason for that is this part has generated the clone with create clone of myself, and this is the behavior of the clone. So what we see here is this car driving along, that is the clone, and this is the original. So in most cases I find that hiding the original and showing the clone is a good idea. So what we have here then is back to the original game with just a clone playing, but you would never know. But the power of using clones is we can make some repeat. So if I put in two cars, you can see here that there's a bit of an overlap. It's hard to tell, but if I put in two cars and then wait, I have my cars, two cars, driving in the same lane, all with one sprite. Now, by changing these numbers around, I can change the characteristics of that lane. All right, so that's one way of doing it. There's all cloning, most cloning has the same characteristics here. You have this, again, one block here to generate the clone and the rules for making the clone, and then another set of code for how does the clone behave. So let's work on car 2 here. Do the same kind of thing. All right, that's going to be when the clone works, and create a clone of myself. That generates the clone. What do we want to do here? We want to have a forever loop. We're always going to generate a clone. If I run that code, you get a very, very thick line of green cars. We don't want to do that. So I'm going to just put in my wait again. And again, you have the other one parked over here. We don't want that. But look what's happening. We're eventually going to get an impenetrable wall of cars here. And the reason for that is we're still using our code from earlier in the game, where when the car gets to this side, it just goes back. And because we're generating a new clone every second, this gets very full very quickly. So if I just take that out and use this block down here instead, delete this clone, what happens is the car gets to this side and that clone is deleted. Again, you can see the car parked right there. We haven't hidden those. Okay. So that is a way of building multiple cars out of a single sprite. Makes the game a little bit more exciting. Yeah. A few videos from now, when we add some more advanced stuff, I'll show you a little bit more advanced cloning, where we're gonna make a the nests, if you will. I don't know what they're called. They're not lily pads, that's for sure. These little pockets up here, we're going to make those with some squares later on.